I'm about to give you the absolute insider secrets to passing the Walmart assessment test on your very first try. If you've just finished filling out your online application, you're probably staring at a begin assessment button right now, thinking, how bad can a retail quiz really be? Listen to me, before you even think about clicking that button, you need to hear this. We're going to decode exactly how this algorithm grades you, and more importantly, how you can outsmart it.
And if there's anything you do today, if you want to skip the guesswork and really speed this up, I put together something called the Fast Track to Hired Guide. It's our complete playbook for getting hired at places like Costco, Walmart, Target, Home Depot, you name it, with the exact application answers, the interview scripts, and the follow-up templates that actually get people hired fast. I'll drop the link in the description below, go grab it, and let's get you that first paycheck.
Hey, and while you're down there grabbing that link, do me a huge favor and hit that like and subscribe button. It seriously makes a huge difference, and it helps get this info out to other folks who really, really need it. So thank you so much for that.
So why am I making such a massive deal out of this? Well, it all comes down to one single number, 6. If you take this test cold, assuming it's just a fun little personality quiz, and you fail, you get locked out of applying for 6 whole months. Yeah, you heard me. That's half a year in the penalty box. No reapplying, no second chances. This algorithm is literally designed to filter you out before a human being ever even sees your name.
The stakes here are incredibly high. There are absolutely no middle ground scores. You either get a non-competitive rating, which again, hello 6-month penalty box, or you get a competitive rating. Now, here is the real golden ticket. Getting that competitive score acts as a 2-year pass. Passed it once and you are locked in to apply to any Walmart for any hourly role in any location for 2 full years without ever having to take this test again. All right, let's look at the battlefield, the 5 sections of the RAA. Most of you are going to be taking the Retail Associate Assessment, or the RAA. It takes roughly 20 to 60 minutes, and it's going to throw 5 entirely distinct sections at you. You'll face situational judgment and work with customers, a literal timed cash drawer game and handle transactions, a sneaky attention to detail trap and verify product info, a background check that's kind of disguised as a survey and tell us your story, and finally, a deep dive personality test and describe your approach. They test totally different skills, so we need a solid game plan for all of them. Moving on to the really good stuff, the 7 insider cheat codes. First up, and this is absolutely crucial, you have to remember that the consistency algorithm is always watching you. Walmart is going to ask you the exact same question 4 to 6 different ways. They might ask if you're always on time, and then 30 questions later, subtly ask if being late occasionally isn't a big deal. Contradict yourself twice and you fail. You've got to pick a specific work personality and stick to it from question 1 all the way to 60.
Next is a massive trap that so many people fall into. When you're staring at a statement, it feels so incredibly safe to just click neither agree nor disagree, right? Well, do not do this. Avoid neutral answers like they are literally on fire. The scoring system actively penalizes wishy-washy cancers because they want decisive employees. You've got to pick a side. Strongly agree or strongly disagree, and just own it. This brings us to what I call the absolute golden rule for acing the situational questions, the customer team efficiency triangle. The winning answer is almost always going to solve the customer's problem, support your team without throwing anyone under the bus, and keep operations running efficiently. If an answer only pleases the customer but totally breaks a store rule, it's wrong. Always, always look for the triangle. Here's another massive tip for you. Match your personality to the role you actually applied for. I mean, if you're going for a stalker or cashier role, you need to answer as someone who is reliable, customer-obsessed, and safety-conscious. If you start answering like a cutthroat CEO making high-level strategic moves, you're actually going to lose points for an hourly role. Just play the part. Now, we really need to talk about a harsh reality in the handle transactions section. This cash handling game is strictly timed, and guys, speed is literally everything here. Even if you give the perfectly correct change, if you take too long, you fail. If someone hands you a 20 for a $7.43 item, you need to know the change is $12.57 instantly. Practice your mental math without a calculator before you even start the test. Then there's the tell us your story trap. Oh man, they will ask if you've ever been late or had a conflict at work. And I know your first instinct is to play the angel and say, nope, never. But Walmart knows everyone has been late at least once. If you claim total perfection, the algorithm just flags you as dishonest. Answer honestly, but frame it positively. Show some self-awareness, but obviously keep the wild confessions to yourself. Finally, a major warning. Please, do not waste your time trying to memorize exact answers from internet flashcards or random videos. It will absolutely backfire.
The test is adaptive. It shuffles the questions and the multiple choice options. If you just memorize that C is the right answer, you're going to end up contradicting yourself when the order swaps. Study the patterns we're talking about, not the exact answers.
All right, let's run the game tape and see how we actually crack these questions.
Knowing the theory is one thing, but seeing it in action, that's where it really clicks. Imagine this scenario. A customer wants to use a coupon that's only valid for full price items, but she's trying to use it on a sale item. She's confused and she's getting pretty frustrated. The test is going to ask you to pick your most likely and least likely response from a list. So let's break that down.
This brilliantly illustrates that triangle we talked about in action. Your most likely response should definitely be to apologize, explain the policy gently, and offer to help her find a similar item that actually qualifies. It serves the customer, it supports the team by not breaking policy, and it keeps things moving. But your least likely response? Telling her the rule is the rule and just moving to the next person in line? That's cold, it's dismissive, and it will totally tank your score.
Here's another real-world scenario you'll definitely see. Picture this, your shift's productivity is totally dragging because one teammate just isn't pulling their weight and everybody is getting frustrated. What is your absolute best response here? Do you just ignore it? Do you run straight to the manager? Start gossiping in the break room? The winning move here? It's to talk to the coworker directly and actually offer to help them catch up. Now, going straight to the manager feels like the right corporate answer, right? But it's actually a trap. Walmart wants employees who try to solve issues at the peer level first. Talking directly supports the team, it keeps operations going, and it kills office gossip. It hits the triangle perfectly, every single time.
Okay, we're in the final sprint, your 48-hour prep plan.
Listen to me. Do not take this test unprepared. Give yourself a 48-hour crash course. On day 1, review Walmart's core values, things like service to the customer and acting with integrity, because those themes are woven into absolutely everything. Spend 15 minutes on a free online cash register simulator. Then on day 2, please do not take this on your phone while riding the bus. Find a quiet desktop, lock the door, read every single situational question twice to find that triangle. And remember, speed only matters on the cash drawer section.
So, with the consistency algorithm fully decoded, the massive danger of neutral answers exposed, and that powerful customer team efficiency triangle right in your back pocket, you now have a serious advantage over like 90% of applicants. The only question left is, are you going to let an algorithm put you in a 6-month penalty box? Or are you going to use these cheat codes to outsmart the test and secure your 2-year pass today?